Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out Choosing Beggars. Story 1. Blood wants $120 worth of A coins. Story 2. CB out of gas regular isn't good enough. Filling my truck in a well-off neighborhood when CB asks me for gas with a gas can in hand. I obliged and offered him a gallon to put in his container. This mofo then asks if I'm getting premium and says he can only put premium in his Mercedes. I haven't even picked which fuel yet but reply with a no, and he asks me for cash, which I turn down. 30 seconds later my dad, who was with me, comes walking up and says I'll give him a gallon, to which he replies, "Ah, he's not getting premium, you got any cash?" Story 3. Finally got one. Story 4. CB begged for a senior discount of 30% with free mail and was not willing to compromise on her demands. I'm pretty sure she will try a PayPal refund if she knows about it. Christmas also brings me the worst customers, but in desperation I try to figure things out with most of them. I can see how this might be infuriating for some to witness. Story 5. This certainly was an experience. Item in question was a iPhone 12 Pro Max 512GB in super good condition with a battery health of 96% and no physical damage. Story 6. Choosing beggar entitled Parent wants my brand new sectional couch for free. I was finally able to afford a brand new couch for the first time in my life. Grew up poor, still struggle a bit. So I got a brand new large sectional in full leather, not bonded, with lounge and recliner. It is sure nice. So I posted offering my older fabric couch and love seat for free. No stains or rips or smells or peeling. Bonded leather is the devil. Never get bonded leather, but we're older, had a few years left at least by starting to show their age, you know? Someone responded that they could pick up. Great. They said they had a truck but requested they be taken down the stairs for them already. Not so great, but I understand. The day the lady was set to pick up the old set is the day that my new sectional drop-off is scheduled for. Great so far, right? The day comes. She arrives in a minivan that in no way will fit the couch. Maybe the love seat with creative Yenga moves. Maybe. If she didn't have her kids in the car with her. I was in the middle of asking them why they said they had a truck when they don't, when the furniture store truck arrived with my sectional. While they are unloading the sectional, still wrapped up but you could tell what it was beneath the plastic, she tells them, "No, don't unload it," to put it back on the truck and take it to her house. Excuse you? I say no way, to please take it upstairs to my apartment as planned while I deal with this lady. The lady argues with me that 1. I should deliver to her since she's a single mother. 2. Why should her kids be stuck with old garbage, i.e. the older set, and that they deserve the best. 3. That she would never have agreed to take old garbage away, keeping in mind that I sent her multiple pictures of both the couch and the love seat and thoroughly described their condition, and she agreed she wanted them because her kids had nothing to sit on. During this, the workers are bringing the different pieces of my couch up, 4 paces total, and trying to ignore her yelling at them to stop, that they are helping me steal her baby's couch. During the time of her yelling at me and the workers, all 4 of her kids have exited the van, are running everywhere and being obnoxious. Trying to rip the plastic off of the pieces of my new couch, bouncing up and down on the new and old couches, spilling their open drinks everywhere, including on the old couch set. I give her one last chance and ask does she want the old couch and love seat or not. She says they're all dirty and there is sticky stuff spilled all over them. Why would I want garbage? Give me my couch like you said you would. She's referring to my new sectional. I had to threaten to call the cops to get her to leave. She left screaming at me that she would post all over about me stealing from 4 little children. Okay, Karen. Whatever. The day was hot, and the drinks were somehow super sticky, and the couches were already outside at that point. My building management is super picky about stuff being outside. Understandably, long story short, I had to pay someone $120 to take the formerly perfectly good, if a little old couches to the dump because her little hellions trashed them in the matter of a half hour. I wonder what happened to her old couch. She still messaged me after asking when I would be delivering her sectional so she didn't have to call the cops on me. Blocked. Story 7. Choosing beggar wanted more free art ended up with nothing. Artist does free headshots for people to give them a taste of his art without paying. The only rules are, be patient and one headshot per person per month. Just so people like this don't abuse it. After drawing the headshot, this person requested, "This happened LOL." Artist deleted the bunny he sent them so they got nothing. Story 8. Self-report ETSE choosing beggar. I have to come clean, I was once a choosing beggar. When I was about 8 years old, I was on ETSE, and I saw a really cool My Little Pony listing. I forget what it was, but it was completely original, one of a kind, and handmade. I was fascinated, so I messaged the seller and asked if I could buy/have one. She responded with the price, probably around $100, and I basically told her it was way too expensive and asked her to lower it. My mom saw the messages and apologized to the seller, saying that her daughter had somehow made her way onto her account and messaged her. I've come a long way since then. Story 9. Facebook begging never fails to disappoint. Reminds me of the next lady. Story 10. Real-life parasite family, murder of Abby Choi. So you all might know about this already, but in the instance that some of you aren't familiar with the case, I thought it would be interesting to know for people here, as to me it looked like it's basically a situation straight out of the movie Parasite. I'm going to just give a brief overview because if you want more details you can just Google her name. And trust me, there are a lot of details. Warning, it's really graphic, so if you Google, be warned that it's a lot to handle due to the violent nature of the case. This post avoids all mentions of anything graphic. Abby Choi was a famous influencer from Hong Kong, but even before that she was from a very wealthy family. When she was young, I think 18 to 19 or so, she married a guy called Alex Kwong Kong Chi. He came from a poor family. She had 2 kids with him, but their marriage didn't last and they divorced. Being a good, and likely naive, person, she kept helping the family with her money despite getting remarried and having 2 kids with her new husband as well. She bought an $8 million apartment in a wealthy neighborhood and signed it over to Alex's father, for the family to use. She still owned it technically. She gave money to the family for years. Alex had an older brother and she employed him as her driver. She also bought him a pancake stand he used to sell goods when he wasn't working as her driver. The family was still resentful of her, despite everything she did. After years of this, she became older and less naive and recognized the family was using her for her money. She decided she wanted her 8 mil apartment back. The family did not like that. She was even looking for a new apartment to buy for them, and give them for good, in a place that was cheaper. They didn't want that. Probably having gotten used to living the high life they couldn't afford because everyone in the family other than Alex's brother was in some kind of debt. And based on the title, I'm sure you know how this ended. They were arrested for her murder, I think end of February. Alex, his brother, and his father were all a part of the murder and trying to get rid of evidence. Alex's brother being her driver made it easy for them to just drive off with her to a secluded area. The case just seemed like the ultimate horror choosing beggar scenario. Where no matter how much you get you want more, and even when offered a free place to live you refuse because it's not an 8 mil property in a wealthy neighborhood. I put refuse in quotations because their way of refusal was to murder her. Anyway, hope this was new information for at least some of you. And I hope we can post stuff like this here too? If not, I apologize. I did genuinely think it fit the community interest. Story 11. Entitled Flesh Gremlin Wants Free Loot in a Minecraft Server. Story 12. I was almost the CB this weekend. My parents are pretty well off in retirement. They own their main house where I grew up and a vacation house on the seacoast where they spend their summers. They've lived pretty frugal lives and my dad worked 2 jobs so they could always provide for my sisters and I growing up. Money seems to be no object to them, especially when it comes to their grandkids. I was up visiting with my kids this weekend and just chatting with my mom about how expensive rent/utilities/groceries etc. are, and no matter how many hours a week I work, I'm constantly working 55+ hour weeks at $26/HR plus overtime. I can't seem to get ahead. Without me asking or anything, she took out her checkbook and wrote me a check for $200 to help me out a bit. My first initial reaction in my head was that'll barely help with groceries this week. I didn't say it out loud or anything, but definitely felt for a second that if she was going to give me money, it should be at least $1,000. I thought better of myself and gracefully accepted the help because even small help is better than no help. I felt terrible for even thinking that, and am lucky that I have parents that are able to even give me something. Story 13. Apparently $100 for 2 weeks is still too high. Then proceeds to downplay programmers by saying all we do is sit and type. Let's calculate. 3 HOURS daily, for 14 days for a €100 equals 42 HOURS. 100/42 equals a whopping €2.38 an hour, great deal. Story 14. Single father asking for free toys, bonus delivery included. Story 15. Charity event, but I can't tell you who for or what we will be doing. As seen on local next door site, hello. I am looking to do big charity event in Vegas soon, by breaking a world's record. No Evel Knievel stuff, but a record nonetheless. The beneficiary will be animals, and I think I have narrowed it down to whom. I am looking for PPL who might want to volunteer their experience and/or assist me on my way, or by offering a discounted rate on their services. This is a charity event. I am on a budget, so let's see what we can negotiate. Now, just how many cups of coffee, or in some cases, beer, smiley face, will it take? Haha. Smiley face. Website. I am looking for a web designer to develop a website up for me, something basic and simple that does not need to be fancy or complicated. Legal. A lawyer/former lawyer, to look over any contracts, and offer legal suggestions especially when dealing with the beneficiary organization. Sound. Someone who is good with sound editing, especially with music. Artistic design *, a graphic artist/designer that could come up with a design, and a headliner for my event. I am looking to do like an action movie poster design as my promotional image. Think of the Raiders of the Lost Ark movie poster, as that's the kind of look and feel I would like for my image. Marketing. Someone with marketing experience, to help me promote this event when it gets closer, help with PR, etc. For the moment, that is all I can think of. I welcome any of your suggestions, and you are more than welcome to comment, leave your or PM me. I will share details of the event when I meet with people face to face, as I don't want to give too many details over the internet at this time. I will be putting together an NDA prior to any coffee, or beer, smiley face, meetings. I will be listed as a 501c3 for my event. I am hoping to do this in spring of 24, depending on the status of the economy at that point. Let's hope in this prediction, that they are way off. Needing ASAP. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.